So for the first time in a while, Nintendo decided to have a Direct, and thus I've enlisted on Sam Trott's help to help discuss the news. My name is Nothing Just Go, and this is NVG Discussions. Okay, Sam, so this was a sort of interesting Direct. There's some cool stuff, some boring stuff. Let's talk about the biggest news right now. Pokemon Pinocchio. What's it called again? Pokemon...
Picross.
Picross, yes. That was clearly the biggest news of the Direct because it was really interesting and I cared.
Oh, I get you on that one. I mean, I think that what Nintendo should do is just make more of these free-to-start games. I mean, every time I see one of those, I just, lose my mind in joy.
Yes, and screw the mobile market where this stuff is clearly meant for. Let's just put it on the 3DS instead of phones, which is what this is meant for.
I'm sure in, a few months they'll just re-release it on phones anyway. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm hoping, because my real reaction, I thought Picross actually looked kind of interesting, but, I'd only get it if it was on my phone. Then I'd probably like it. When I first heard of Shovel, I thought that was stupid, but now I'm addicted to it because it's on my phone. You know what I mean?
Things I'll probably pick it up and play it a little bit on my 3DS, but I don't feel like I'd bother on the phone, and I don't even feel like I'll bother on the 3DS.
Yeah, I'm definitely not bothering on the 3DS. Why are we talking about Pokemon Picross when we have so much other stuff to talk about?
Because it's the biggest news of the night.
Yes. Not about that Cloud in Smash Bros. What did you think of that? I never got your impression of that.
Honestly, I quite like him. It's the only news that was spoiled about the Direct for me, so it's the only one that didn't stand out as much. But I don't know. I think he looks pretty cool, and I like that he's actually a lightweight character. So I find that half time when it's oh, he's going to be heavy, I don't want to play him. But no, he actually looks like he'll be fun to use, so I look forward to trying him. I wasn't as big on Final Fantasy VII though, so it doesn't matter as much. But I think it was really a surprise though.
Yeah, I actually didn't get a feel he was a lightweight. He just looked like a generic Fire Emblem character to me, but I didn't really care. You want to know why? Because, quite honestly, I wish I recorded my reaction, because I was losing it when Cloud got announced, because I thought there was going to be Inkling or Wolf or, K. Rool. I did not expect Cloud. That just threw me off guard. It's such a genius idea. There's so many jokes about Cloud being in Smash Bros. I didn't realize it would actually happen, you know?
Yeah, the first time I saw the spoiler for it, I honestly thought it was a joke, and I was like, oh, okay. But then I saw it on the side of Facebook, I was like, wait, actually? But I'm more excited about the fact that they announced that there's going to be a Smash Bros. Direct coming up. That I'm more excited about.
Yes, and we're definitely going to cover that later. So, subscribe, guys, right? Anyway, okay, let's start from the beginning and go. We'll just talk about whatever we feel like, because as I said, there's a lot of stuff that didn't really interest me. There was a good 20 minutes, honestly, during the Direct where I just stopped caring because there was nothing I cared about. It was all just stupid stuff that didn't make a difference to me. Let's move on to... Okay, there's one thing I want to talk about. Twilight Princess HD. And instead of talking about it, I'm actually going to link you to it. I'm going to put it on the description. What I think about Twilight Princess HD. I found this, GIF online that's hilarious. And let me just find it, then I want to show you. I'm going to put it on screen because it sums up my feelings of it that much. Oh, look at this. This pretty much sums up my feelings about Twilight Princess HD.
I don't know, it looks pretty good there, friend.
And I actually watched a head-to-head comparison between the GameCube version and the HD version. It literally, just seems slightly different. And the thing is, if you put a Wii in the Wii U, a Wii game in the Wii U, it will upscale it to HD. That's what this game looks like. It looks like it's just been slightly upscaled, and it's the same game. It doesn't look like Wind Waker, which felt like a completely fresh and different graphics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not even a slightly thing. I mean, I've literally heard, I've literally seen people were talking about how they've used the Dolphin emulator, and that that if they upscale Twilight Princess in it, it literally looks like what it is in the trailer.
Really? I think it looked better based on what I saw in the trailer. But yeah, and the stupidest part is when they were like, oh, it's not just graphics, but there's more. There's an amiibo. I generally thought they were going to talk about gameplay innovations, but they just...
Did you really think we were going to have gameplay innovations? It's 2015. Come on,
I don't know.
man.
Wind Waker had the fast sale, which was pretty much promoted. This doesn't seem like it has anything new. I was originally planning on getting Twilight Princess HD, but after seeing this trailer, I'm not so hot on it that much.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get into actually getting around to playing it. I feel like it's really early to have a third version of the game. I mean, it's been like there was a GameCube and a Wii version. I mean, the Wii version is playable on the Wii U, and that's why I feel like there's a lot less hype about this. Like, I've seen people being like, well, why is this not being hyped when Majora's Mask was? Well, the thing is, Majora's Mask wasn't very easily playable on the system. I can literally go buy a Wii copy of Twilight Princess, put it in my Wii U, and there we go.
Yeah, quite honestly, I was hyped when the Twilight Princess HD was announced. I was pretty hyped for it because I thought it'd be like Wind Waker, where the graphics are totally fresh and looks completely different. Well, not different, just like a lot better. But I was really disappointed, and I don't think I'm gonna end up getting this.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't think I was going to, but it's like, if it looked nice enough, it would push me over, and yeah, it doesn't look nice enough to push me over.
Okay, moving on. What do you think of Mario and Luigi Paper Jam? I'm glad we got a release.
I'm actually so hyped for that. Like, of everything in the Direct, I mean, it would seem like, given how I am with the fact that I'm obsessed with Smash Bros., it would seem like the Smash Bros. Announcements were my favorite, but honestly, I am so hyped for Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. The only thing that I don't think I like about it is I don't really like the Papercraft mode. I hope it ends up being good, but I don't really know how I feel with the Papercraft mode right now. But, I don't know, I really like the fact that like, I don't know, I just really want the game, and I expect it to be released a lot later, so when they announced that it was coming out in like 2 months, I was actually pretty excited about that.
Going back to what you said earlier, what they should do for the Papercraft instead is you gather these stickers that you find around and then use it for the Papercraft battle. I mean, that's a great way to innovate Paper Mario, right?
You know, I actually feel like they took the stickers and made them almost good in this one, because like the battle cards remind me of the stickers, but they remind me of what the stickers should have been, where you battle normally and you have the stickers as additional powers. I actually would have been okay with it, like for example with Sticker Star, if they would have had normal battling and had the stickers as specials.
You know what? I actually didn't think of the stickers as being something that, I mean the cards being based off the stickers. But I just like the cards a lot because I was not too big on this game when it was announced because it just seemed like Dream Team but with Paper Mario. But the cards add a way to actually innovate the battles and keep them fresh and add a lot more unique gameplay to it and make it all innovative, which I think I've said already about it being innovative.
Yeah, I don't know, I like it does, like, the more I think about it, it really reminds me of how the stickers and Sticker Star should have been.
Yeah, it really should have been, like it helps with boosts and stuff. I wasn't really, does it, when you use a card, does it take a turn or like, can you attack after you use after you use a card?
It looked like it took up a turn, but I'm not sure I'm not positive.
That'd be fun if it's part of your command. Like you do a card, then you attack, because they'd make the battles harder, right? And then, but you'd expect to use the card, so it can make it like a lot more challenging if you're expected to use. Because for example, they can give an enemy like way higher attack power than you, but expect you to use a defense card to like keep up with it. Or you can use an attack card and then kill it at the same turn.
Or you can buy amiibos and use those cards.
Oh god. But yeah, it's coming out a lot sooner than I expected, which is something I'm really glad about. I thought it was going to come out like May or April, as you said, but oh my god, it's like 2 months away. I am so stoked for this game.
I'm just like, I'm kind of scared for my free time with that week period. So on the 22nd there's Paper Jam, and then they announced that the Final Fantasy Explorers was coming on the 26th, and I don't know. I hear a lot of like negativity about the game, but I actually think I like that game a lot. I wasn't sure how I wasn't really looking into getting on the 3DS, but then they announced that all of the DLC is going to be all the DLC is going to be free on the 3DS. If that's only a 3DS thing, I'll probably get it on there instead of anything else.
Oh, well, I'm glad I heard your thoughts about that. I'm not really quite interested in Final Fantasy.
I really like the look of Explorers, especially the fact that like where you can tame monsters and fight with them, because I really like games where you can do that. So that's the only reason why I'm hyped for that game. I
think there's only really one thing I want to talk about, and that's Fire Emblem Fates. We finally got a release date. I kind of thought it would be in February because that's when Awakening came out, February as well, and Nintendo kind of likes to be consistent about this stuff. And quite honestly, I'm pretty impressed with how the pricing is working. It's $40 for one version, then you can get $20 for two. But the thing I'm a bit confused about when I want to ask you is you can get all three for 80, right?
Yeah.
But that's only physical. But if say I get the first one, then I get the second one 20 digital. Can I get the third one for an extra 20, or do I have to get the bundle together when the third one comes out?
I know you can get digital, but how I was understanding it, and I might be wrong, but I thought that if you're getting it digital and you get you get your normal game and then you get the digital one, I think you get the third one like bundled in if you have two of them. I could be wrong, but that's what I think, that if you get the first one and you get like let's say you get I don't remember names offhand, but let's say you get like
Birthright and Conquest, and the third one I forgot.
Yeah, let's say you get Birthright and get Conquest as a DLC. I think that you get the third one as well. I mean, I think you get the third one as well.
For free?
I think so.
So you're spending an extra $20 just for that 3DS case? Because they said it's $80 for all three, but it comes with a case. So
but it comes with an art book too.
Yeah, I know.
I'm getting it because of those, honestly.
Oh no, I don't. I just want to get the game. So if I don't get the art book and the case, it'll just cost me $60, right? Yeah, they weren't really clear about that. They just mentioned the bundle. I guess I'm assuming the bundle is only going to be out when the third one comes out. But if you want the first two on release, you won't be able to get that bundle. But I'm sure the third one's going to be an extra $20, so it'll come to 80 as well.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it's looking like it might be
separately.
the extra 20 for Revelations. I honestly don't know, but oh well. I didn't look as much into it just because it didn't really matter because I was like, I want the special edition. Nothing else matters after that.
Oh. Well, I think if you want the special edition, you won't be able to get the first two on release. You have to wait till Revelations comes out. So is there anything else that you want to talk about in the Direct? There's nothing really else that's stuff. Oh, wait, there's one more thing. Star Fox. I don't really remember how it looked in E3, but everyone complained that it looked bad. Did it look better in the Direct? Did it look better to you?
I think it looked a lot better. I didn't really get to see it that well because my system was kind of messing up a bit during watching that, and I was watching it unframed for 3 seconds. But it actually did look like it was good. I mean, it actually did look pretty good. I still don't know how I feel about the game. I either want it or I really don't. And especially with the fact that there's been a lot of mixed reviews even before it's come out, I don't know how much I want the game.
Well, the reviews have just been about the graphics. Like, all I've really heard that's bad is the graphics, that it didn't look good at E3. But I think, from what I'm understanding, it looks better. Again, I don't remember, since I don't remember how it looked at E3, but I think from what I'm understanding, it looks better now.
I've heard a lot bad. What I heard bad wasn't even about the graphics, because I mean, I don't really care too heavily about the graphics for it, but I've heard pretty bad things about like how the gameplay feels, and that's what'll really matter. If the gameplay doesn't feel good when it comes out, I won't get it.
I do like the idea that the gamepad is not just for a different view, but you can actually like you can shoot like enemies behind you and stuff using the gamepad. That because when you're flying on the TV, you can only shoot in front of you, but if you use the gamepad, you can shoot all around you, which is actually a cool idea. It makes me feel like I'm in Star Wars, where I'm just spinning around in my chair shooting things, which seems kind of fun to me. Then again, it may not be good for hardcore Star Fox fans, but since I've never played a Star Fox game before, this innovation actually seems fun to me, in my opinion.
I've played a couple, but it's like, I don't know. I just really like it when they use gimmicks in games.
Yeah.
And part of why I like this game a lot more is that it's not just like I find that a lot of the Star Fox fans, it's like they want them to just be like exactly like 64, where you are in the ship, nothing else. But I mean, I don't really follow how most Star Fox fans are, because my favorite game was Assault, because
you're the only one.
Yeah, I'm literally the only person in the world, but it's actually not too far off from the truth. But anyway, because I really like the fact that you go back and forth between like different modes and it's completely different gameplay. So I really like the fact that you do that in this, as opposed to just, okay, you're in your ship. Hope you enjoy your shift. This shift you'll be in here for your entire time with the game. Have fun. But this, it's like you're actually changing forms. You actually have the different play styles. So
I guess it was just like a good compromise, because probably Miyamoto or something wanted to put like land segments as well. But like he knew if you got out of the ship, people will complain. So as a way to transform, and it feels more organic and seamless, how you can just like go from land to ship whenever it suits you, which is a good compromise in my opinion. And it seems really fun. And even though I've never played a Star Fox game, I'm really looking forward to this game. Plus, the cinematics look amazing. Like at first, I found out Platinum didn't look like a cinematics that would be made by Platinum, but the way they showed it off in this game. Oh my god, the action looks like really fast paced, and it just looked amazing to me.
I don't know. It's like I don't know. I like the game, but I don't know how much I like the game. 'Cause like I have a lot more interest in it than I did when it first came out. When it was first announced, I mean, it looked like it was just gonna be a generic one like 64, and I was just like, you know, it looked okay, but it didn't really look worth picking up. But I mean, with the fact that it does look like there's a lot more work going into it now, I'm going to be on the fence until after it comes out about whether or not I want to buy it.
So yeah, let's move on to Pokken Tournament. When Masuda teased that there'd be a Pokemon announcement, everyone's like, oh my god, Pokemon Z! I had a feeling it was just Pokken Tournament, especially since we got Shadow Mewtwo before, and Directs like to reiterate news that's already been announced before, so I had a feeling it would just be showing off Shadow Mewtwo and stuff. But the card did seem pretty cool.
Plus, I don't think we even had a release window for it over in the West. Before the Direct, like it was kind of known that it would be coming out here, but I don't think we even had a window for when it would come out. And I don't know, it's one of those games where I kind of like it, but I don't think I like it enough to buy it. And I've talked to friends of mine to see if they'd be interested enough in playing it, and they seem like they'd play it, but that they wouldn't really get too into it. So I don't really feel like I have enough reason to buy it.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things to me where, like, I'm kind of agreeing with you. If I got it, I'd play it a few times, but I kind of want to get it just for the ideas. I've always wanted a Pokemon game that felt like an anime game. Like anime battling, not game turn-based battling. And that's pretty much what Pokken Tournament is. And that's what seems kind of fun to me, but I don't think it'd be fun enough for me to keep with it. So I'm not quite sure what to think here.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like for like people who play fighting games a lot, that they might play it for a bit, but I don't feel like it'll be competitive enough to be picked up by like the hardcore fighting game players. But at the same time, I don't feel like it's one of those games where it actually reminds me of my complaints with Woolly World, because I don't really understand what their target audience is. Because like the competitive fighters aren't going to get it, the kids aren't really going to be able to play it as well without just mashing buttons, and if they make it a button masher, then no one else is going to be able to play it as well. And it just doesn't really seem like it appeals as much to the, well, maybe to like the Pokemon fans who want more like the anime, but even then I feel like it won't be exactly what was wanted.
I think it's just like a game that was on arcade, so they thought, might as well bring it to Wii U, it'd be cheap. And then put it in North America. I think they'll definitely like at least make some sort of profit from it, but they probably aren't like investing too much money into it to be a big deal. But it does seem like it could be one of those games that has a huge takeoff, more than they expected, but I really doubt it. But I think there could be a lot of people that would get it.
It's Pokemon. They could make something like what? Pokemon Picross, and they'd probably say, oh, right. But no, I don't know. I feel like it's a really good idea for an arcade game. I don't feel like I like the jump to the 3DS as much.
3DS, it's on
the Wii U. Same difference.
Here's the thing, like, I would never play it if it was in an arcade, because I never go to arcades. I'm kind of glad it's on the Wii U, because then I can play it at home. And it's online, too, so I could play with friends and stuff, and we can play together, and that seems fun. So I'm not sure if I should get it, but this is just like Star Fox, where I'm more stoked for it, and you're a bit more on the fence about it, which is kind of a running theme here.
I think we do unless they added Pokemon to it, because I know that they had like I know there's like Suicune, and then there's the ones that they've shown in the trailer like Pikachu, obviously Charizard and all that. But I don't know, I don't remember offhand all of them, but I'm pretty sure they were all announced beforehand. There's like, I think there's like 10 characters or so. One thing, it's just not so much as an interesting me thing, it's more so like just kind of curious thing. I don't know where they were going with that Linkle character in Hyrule Warriors. I really don't. It's like, why?
Well, actually, it was planned for the original Hyrule Warriors, but it was cut in development. And a lot of people were like, okay, maybe I'll come back for the 3DS version. And what do you know? She did, because why not? It's Link as a girl. Who doesn't want to play as that?
She looks fun to use, though, is my thing, though, because, I mean, with the fact that she looks like she's really agile with her dual-wielding crossbows, I don't know, I actually feel like if I ever decide to play the game, I could see myself using her. And her presentation kind of seemed like, hey, here's female Link, because why not? And I'm like, okay, there's no more characters in your 20-year-old and your 30-year-old Zelda game series to put in anyone else. You have to make a custom female Link.
I want Groose. Why can't they put Groose? Groose is the best character in Zelda. Why can't they put him in it?
I can agree with that.
Thank you.
I still don't know how I feel about them making a 3DS version. I mean, in the videos, they've made it look really nice, but I don't know how well I can see the game working for that. I mean, especially where it's not a new 3DS game, it's a 3DS game. I don't know how well I can see the game actually like holding up a frame rate on the 3DS. I could easily see it having frame rate drops a lot.
Well, what they're doing is, like, instead of like 100 enemies attacking you, the enemies come in slower waves. Like, there'll be less people on screen to battle instead of like.
Defeats the purpose at that point.
No, but there'd still be like maybe 10 or 20, but there won't be like 50 or 100 like the Wii U version.
But that's the point of Dynasty Warriors. It kind of defeats the point if you don't have like hundreds of enemies.
Okay, so what's more important to you? Having technically consistent frame rate, or being consistent with Dynasty Warriors?
Buying the Wii U version.
Yeah, okay. Well put, my friend. Well put.
It kind of upset me, like, after that when they had the Splatoon part, because every time I see stuff about Splatoon, I'm like, you know what? I kind of want this game. I actually think I want this game. But I'm like, you know what? I'll wait until it releases. And as soon as I was done thinking that, the thing pops up in the corner of the screen, buy Splatoon. I'm like, go away, Nintendo.
Well, Splatoon, the thing is, it's a good game. But I've kind of played it too much already, and it kind of just felt like a summer game, and now that there's updates, I don't really care as much anymore. But since you've never played it, you may feel it's, no pun intended here, fresh.
I don't know, I feel like they're going to stop the updates soon. Just the way that they said it, when they specify that they'll be until at least January, I feel like they'll go a little bit past there, but I feel like that's their way of saying we're nearing the end of it.
There'll probably be paid DLC after January. Like, after, when January, like, that's when the free DLC will stop. But I get the feeling after, like, January, you're gonna have to pay for your stuff. Yeah, actually, you know what? That's the thing. Everyone speculated that they were gonna announce playable Octolings in the Direct because, I'm not sure if you're aware, but they data mined the game, and there's playable Octolings. I'm surprised that wasn't announced in the Direct. Maybe they're saving that for a future Direct when they're ready, and there'll probably be something you pay for. So it'll probably be something that's past January.
I could see them, if they want to end it near January, I can see them having, like, if they want to end the, like, the free DLC near January, I can see them wanting to end on a big note, so I can see them having, like, a Splatoon exclusive Direct, with, having the playable Octolings released during that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Octolings are going to be free. They'd see something you should pay for, like, if it's just $3-4. Because not only is it something that might be a bit harder work to implement, but it seems like something that would justify a purchase, because they probably will play differently and whatnot. So I definitely think they're going to be paid for. Do you think they're going to be free?
I don't know. I think I could see them putting them as paid for, but I don't know. I get a feeling that those. I feel like I could see them being free, like even just at the end of their free ones, more than I could see them being paid DLC.
So what do you think would be paid DLC? Just like new maps and weapons and whatnot?
See, here's the thing. The way that they've been pushing and stuff, I can't even think of what they would add for paid DLC. Cause, I mean, the way they've been marketing the game is that, like, they're going to keep updating it over time and it'll all be free. I feel like if they started adding paid DLC, that would be the point when the game stopped, when people start losing interest in the game. I feel like the only reason why it's kept itself as well as it has is because of this marketing of, okay, this will be announced for free and this will be announced for free, and it's suddenly like, hey, this didn't have two, but you have to pay for this one. Sorry. And it's like, what's the difference, really?
That's why I'm saying they'll save something big for paid DLC, like Octolings, not like a new weapon.
One thing that, it was probably one of the smaller things during the Direct, but it was the thing I cared about. I mean, it was the thing that, I don't know, I feel like the game really needed it, was when they announced the course searcher for Mario Maker. I wish it was more integrated, but I feel like like an actual course searcher was one of the main things that the game actually needed.
Yeah, you know what? It actually stuck out to me too, but not because it helpful for Mario Maker, but because Nintendo has said they're gonna try to integrate other social media apps better, and this is a step in the right direction, that you can use the internet to be able to, like, they have a whole website to search courses. That's a really good idea, and they could generate more interest in the game, because when I'm in class, I could be like, oh, I'm gonna look up some Mario Maker courses, and then I could be like,
as opposed to actually doing class.
I mean, during the breaks.
I would do the same thing, no worries. However, it did annoy me with it. There's one thing though that I looked for specifically when they were showing me. I didn't see it. There's still no option to search for a stage by name.
That's because Nintendo loves their codes, Sam. They don't care about searching for names. You have to enter a code.
Yeah, I love codes. It's like, I want this stage. Like, here you go. I'm like, great. There's 50,000 of them.
Yeah. What do you mean search for a course by name? So if you've heard like a course is fun, you can just search its name and play it? That's what you mean, right?
I mean more so like, the only real example I can come up with offhand is Kaizo. Like, where they're meant to be like the really hard ones. I could see like searching for something like that. Or like, let's say especially with little kids, let's say it's like, oh wow, I have the Sonic amiibo and they want Sonic stages or so. I mean like, I know back a long time ago, I used to play a lot of the Mario ROM hacks. And I know there's like a lot of them for like making it like Sonic and stuff like that. And I know that there was a lot of interest of kids for that. So kids would probably like to be able to be like, I have this amiibo, I want to search for by this. I mean, I guess that there might be a tag that you can look by that amiibo, but I don't know.
So how does the website? Can you search by name for that, or do you have to search by code?
They didn't like say one way or the other, but I was specifically watching for it, and I didn't see a option for pressing to search or to like put in the name or anything. I only saw the tags.
Okay, so I guess we'll see when it comes out, but it'll probably just be tags, because as I said, Nintendo loves their friend codes, or codes in general.
I love codes. Just put in my 67 numbers and add me. I'll have to put in yours though. I actually really like the Pit of Trials for Triforce Heroes. I actually really like especially since the free update on it. I mean, I know you won't agree with me on it, but Triforce Heroes has become my second favorite Zelda game. So I really like the fact that they're adding stuff like that in, and where it is a big thing for like a big challenge thing for going through it with friends. I really enjoy that.
Oh my god, you're damn right, I disagree with you. Triforce Heroes is a game I just want to beat the story and move on. It's not a game that I want to play another 30 levels on, but it is a good idea for people that are really invested in the game. It's just not something that's for me, but I do like the idea of it.
I don't think I like the new costumes though, 'cause I mean like there's the lineback one. I mean I like lineback quite a bit. And it's like it is pretty cool being able to see in the chest, but at the same time I don't know, it kind of seems like it kills a little bit of it, but at the same time it makes sense. It's like, oh, I need to play through this level 4 times because I didn't get the item I needed. But it's like, oh, I'm playing with friends. Oh, I have okay, you're picking stuff that'll actually help us. I'm gonna pick this, and that way I can scumbag and take the rare item every time. It's like, well, thanks, friend.
Yeah, true.
And I really don't like the Fierce Deity one just because it kind of feels like it defeats the purpose. And it's like, I would have liked it if not for when they showed when they had the Totem of 3, when he swung his sword and that activated a switch. That part there, I don't like the outfit just because of that, because it's like where it's supposed to be like, okay, we totem up, you have the bow, we have to like aim right and like we have to use the proper balance of items, or is that just, okay, I have the sword, we could be doing all like Deku least for all it matters, just pick me up, I'll just swing my sword and win the level.
I just wish one thing they could have added is a costume that you can voluntarily jump off the totem. That's just something I would just love. Because it's so annoying where I'm trapped on the totem and I can't get off myself. They should just add a costume where you can just, or just part of the gameplay, where you can just jump off the totem.
I wish that there was a gameplay function where I could just grab you from anywhere in the map and then you could never escape the
I would
totem.
like yell at you for like 3 hours for doing that. You know what? Actually, no. If you do that, I'll use my costume where I can just jump off the totem.
No, they aren't gonna put that one in.
Oh, but they'll put your one in, right?
I feel like it's more likely, actually.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
Now, as for the game that I can't believe we didn't talk about, Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow.
Oh my god, I wanted to talk about it, but I just couldn't. I couldn't think of it. I don't know why. Okay, so here is my opinion of Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, and I'm just gonna talk for a few minutes here. Okay, Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow are games I don't just find outdated and bad. I actually find them terrible, broken games. But they've been added for the sake of nostalgia. So I was like, okay, fine. If people want to enjoy it, go ahead. I don't care. Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow suck. You can just play Fire Red and Leaf Green, which are a lot better. But one thing I was impressed by is you can actually use the 3DS connection to trade and battle. That is a really, really cool idea. Because you can, like, it just makes those games, because I would never, like, like interact with my friends because I never had a link cable. When I did it break. But oh my god, you can use wireless for that game, which is really cool, and I'm so glad they did that. That really shows that they care instead of just making it that you're not able to trade in battle.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. It's like I'm not quite as against the game as you are. It's like I'll probably still pick up the game because like yes, it's honestly besides Diamond and Pearl and such because I really don't like them for whatever reason. They're probably my least favorite besides them. Yeah, and that's not even like a fact of not having the nostalgia. 'Cause I mean, I had Blue since the day it came out. But I mean, I just feel like if you're looking at it from a logical standpoint, it just don't really hold up. But I really, really like the precedent that it sets of that they added the wireless to the gameplay as opposed to just we'll just throw it on the virtual console, see what sticks. And it's like I don't know, I really like that they have that they have it with the wireless. But in a sense, I kind of miss the link cables. I know that I mean, it's like that is a nostalgia thing. That is completely a nostalgia thing. But
You would have paid $20 for an accessory that will break after
it
like
was
2
old.
weeks.
I don't want to. That is a nostalgia thing. I just remember being a kid. I just remember being a kid. I'd be like we'd be like on a ferry or something like that. Like I remember one time specifically, we were on the ferry for like an hour and a half. I was there with my Game Boy Color, and then there was another kid on there with Game Boy Color, and he had a link cable. So we just sat there and battled like the whole time, and I don't know, there was just something about the experience of being able to do it there with the link cable. And I know it's flawed, I know it's awful, and I know I would not even for 1 second want it back as opposed to what we have, but...
See, I actually understand what you're saying, but I have a completely different memory. I remember not being able to trade or battle with people because my parents wouldn't want to buy me a link cable, and I had to beg them to get one. And no one else had a link cable either, because the same reason, because no one wanted to buy those things, because they're like $20, and the parents didn't want to do that. But I guess you had a different experience, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Back when I had the game, it's like I had the game from when it came out, and I'm pretty sure I had a link cable from relatively early on, so it's like I didn't really have the problem with not having one. And I can definitely see the issue with like, well, I don't have a link cable, what am I supposed to do? But I don't know, my biggest problem though, my one big problem with the game is that I get that it wouldn't really make sense to let you do this because of the fact that the IVs and like the stats and everything in the game are calculated completely differently. But I hate that there's zero way to interact and get the Pokemon from Red, Blue, and Yellow onto your new games. It kind of feels like a waste to buy a new Pokemon game and then not be able to put them onto anything except for those.
Maybe, we don't know that. Maybe it could be compatible with the bank. I wouldn't be surprised.
They'd have to completely rework the games, and they probably would have announced it by now. I mean, these stats themselves, like in the mechanics of the game, they're mechanically incompatible, and that's why, like with Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, that they had to cut off transferring from Gold, Silver, Crystal, because they are so mechanically different that they would be incompatible.
So you don't think like the Pokemon Transporter or anything would be able to do it?
I would be honestly surprised. They would have to completely rework it for that.
Oh, I see. But yeah, like overall, you know what they should do with these games? They should put them on phones. That way, like that'd be even more fun. Because I can be like, oh hey, you want to battle? Cool, let's get on our phones and battle. But I guess Nintendo doesn't like to do that because they want to push to be able to like play their games on their systems and not other people's systems. And the mobile games are just a way to just like promote that instead of actually being actual games. Yeah, I honestly don't see that happening.
I doubt it. I don't see it happening, but it's like, I don't want to be optimistic with it, because I can see it going on the phone, but...
Okay, so anything else you want to talk about during the Direct?
There's not anything that was in the Direct, really, but the only real thing that it's like, that I'm more so surprised that we didn't see announced was Minecraft.
Yeah, I guess they just didn't warrant that like a big announcement, so they announced it before. Then again, a lot of the stuff in this Direct shouldn't have been in the Direct that weren't important. I don't know.
It wasn't even in it wasn't even in like, if they wanted to even just not say much about it, it's like they could have just put it in the same section as the Nindy game. So I mean, I know that you didn't pay attention during it really, but there was a part, for example, where they showed a few games and they showed like Terraria, and And I was thinking, okay, they'll probably show at least a part of Minecraft next, and then they didn't. And I was thinking maybe they didn't show it because they plan on going into more detail, because I mean, Minecraft being on there, especially with the gamepad capabilities and such, I mean, that would be a big deal to a lot of people, and then they didn't touch on at all. And I was surprised.
You know what, maybe they just weren't because I think the announcement was actually leaked. So maybe they just weren't ready to announce it. Who knows?
Yeah, but there's been a few times, like, I can't remember any of them, like, off the top of my head, but there's been a couple of times where there's been something leaked, and they've, I mean, it's been clear that they weren't supposed to announce it yet, so they just announced it early, like, hey, let's still get the leg up on this.
Yeah, but this direct was filmed like a week ago, I believe. Because I know the completionist, I'm not sure you know who that is, he got to see the direct a week ago, so they probably weren't able to, like, edit that into the direct.
Oh, okay, that would make sense. I mean, in that case, they should just added, like, a picture of Minecraft. It's like, here you go, kids.
No, they'll probably just it wasn't important to put it in the direct. They'll just announce it separately, most likely. Or maybe they already have. I haven't really been following. Overall, what was your opinion of the direct?
I quite liked the direct. I mean, I feel like it was something that we needed because, I mean, Nintendo's been kind of stale with it lately. I mean, there hasn't really been anything of note announced. I mean, like, this holiday season felt like kind of a wash for them. I mean, it's made up for by that period after the holiday season now. I mean, like, within a month, within, like, just under a month, there's Paper Jam, which I'm definitely getting, Final Fantasy Explorers, which from the sense things I might be getting for the 3DS, and then Fire Emblem Fates, like, under a month later, which if getting the special edition is, like, 3 more games as well. So that's like 5, I mean, that's, like, 5 RPGs within that amount of time, so it's like, there's that, and then they announced, like, a few things like Dragon Quest coming over, and it's like, Dragon Quest is one of those series where I've heard really good things about, but I've never been able to get into it, so I feel like there's a lot of really good RPGs announced, but there isn't really as much of other things announced.
Well, let me think. You're right, it was just RPG. Well, I guess there was Pokken Tournament as well. But honestly, my opinion is, it was pretty much what I expected. I didn't really get too hyped or anything because I didn't want to be disappointed, and I wasn't disappointed. It met my expectations. It wasn't really anything majorly announced I didn't really see coming besides Cloud, which, like, threw me completely off guard. And the direct was pretty standard, not that amazing stuff, but I was interested while watching it, except for those 20 minutes, which I lost interest. But yeah. You didn't even get yourself hyped for Xenoblade X? Well, the game, I know when that game's coming out. I've seen so many trailers. So another by the way, it's downloading right now as we speak. So there wasn't really much that I really was interested in. It wasn't really new information. We already knew pretty much everything about the game, and it's coming out in like 2 weeks, so there's nothing to be hyped for. I was more hyped for Fire Emblem and Paper Jam because we got release dates for that, and they're so close, especially Paper Jam. I'm so excited. I'm going to see if it's in. I mean, I'm going down tomorrow to finish paying off Mystery Dungeon. If I'm going to see if I can pre-order Paper Jam, then I'm excited enough for it. I don't even need to see any more trailers for it. It's like I want it. I wish to purchase it. Yeah. If I could buy it now, I would. Okay, well, thanks for coming on the discussion, Sam. It was a lot of fun having you on again. No worries. Just let me know whenever the next one is, and I'll try and have a computer that works at more than one frame per 3 seconds and come on again. And thank you guys for tuning in to another NVG discussion. And by another, I mean the first one, but not the last one. Because every time there's major Nintendo news or news at all, I will be discussing this with people and enjoy it. So if you like what you see and want to check out any of the other stuff I do, click on one of the links here below. Or, you could subscribe as well. It's free.